We often turn to meditation as an escape from the chaos, the pain, the peace, the healing, some kind of liberation. But Nisargadatta Maharaj's teachings turn it all upside down. Meditation is not a technique to change the world or improve ourselves, but a journey of awakening. There is no self or world as we believe. I am touching the origin of existence. Nisargadatta Maharaj takes us back to the origin, the feeling of I am. A primal sense of existence, unnamed, unexplained. He affirms, everything begins with the feeling of I am. Without it, there is no world, no story to be told. I am meditation is not a technique, but a courageous return. Return to the moment of pure presence, before the mind has time to jump in and label it with memories, fears, or hopes. It is letting go of all definitions of self to touch the state of I am in the most complete way. This is the first door, and also the last door. When we open it, we enter the infinite space of awareness. The three greatest illusions and invisible chains. On the journey to find I am, the greatest difficulty does not come from the outside, but from the subtle illusions that are deeply ingrained in the mind. If they are not removed, I am will never become a living experience. 1. The trap of fighting the mind, the illusion of forced silence. Many people believe that meditation is to extinguish all thoughts, forcing the mind into a state of nothing. But this is a hopeless battle. The more you try to smooth the surface of the lake of your mind, the more the waves of thought will rise. Nisargadatta Maharaj gave a wise piece of advice: do not fight with the mind. Watch it as you watch clouds drift across the sky. You do not need to force the mind to be silent, you just need to refuse to be its victim. Let thoughts come and go, like uninvited guests who come and go. When you stop clinging and analyzing, the mind will find its natural stillness. 2. The trap of symbols, the illusion of images and energy. In many meditation techniques, images or visualizations play an important role. But with I am, every symbol is a new veil, preventing you from touching the truth. I am is not a bright light, a special feeling of relaxation, or some sacred image. I am is pure presence, which exists before any image or feeling can arise. You do not need to add anything to it. Let go of any desire for a special experience, because the truth is already within you, from the very beginning. 3. The trap of experience, the illusion of spiritual state. This is the most difficult trap to recognize. The mind always likes to collect experiences, especially special ones. It will whisper, "Today I meditated more deeply than yesterday," or "I have attained a state of peace." But all states, no matter how wonderful, are just waves on the ocean of awareness, coming and going. Nisargadatta Maharaj emphasized, the truth does not belong to any state. It is that which remains intact, unmoving, even when all states have dissolved. If you only chase after special experiences, you will always be a hunter of illusions, instead of returning to your own quiet home. Living as I am, 5 principles for an awakened life. Once you have transcended illusions, the path becomes clear. Nisargadatta Maharaj has outlined 5 golden principles, invitations to return to your unchanging truth. 1. Stop all definitions, return to the original silence. Sit down and feel your own presence. Then do something simple but extremely powerful, let go of all labels. No, I am a man. No, I am a successful person. No, I am a meditator. Just return to the most original feeling, I am. Like the silence before a piece of music, this is the still ground where you touch pure existence. 2. Stay in the feeling, not the thought, live with the knowing. I am is not a mantra to be repeated over and over again. It is a living experience, a direct knowing that you are here. Just like you know you are breathing without having to tell yourself, rest in that wordless knowing. Feel your presence as a pure flow, without any interpretation or proof. 3. Be like the sky, no resistance, no pursuit. Thoughts and emotions will always come. Your task is not to fight, but to take a half step back. Become the sky where you observe the clouds, thoughts, and the winds, emotions, passing by. The sky does not fight the clouds, nor does it try to hold them back. It simply is. When you stop reacting, the mind returns to its natural peaceful state. 4. Light the flame of I am in every moment. If presence exists only when you meditate, you are not living in it fully. Let the flame of I am burn in every action, when you drink tea, when you walk, when you talk, or when you work. Let a part of you always be aware that you are present. When this flame is nourished, you will realize that the world is just a mist in the dawn of awareness. 5. When I am is ripe, let go of the last anchor. At first, the feeling of I am is like an anchor, holding you back from being swept away by the waves of the mind. But when awareness becomes complete, you will see that even the feeling of I am is just a state. Then, have the courage to let go of this last anchor. You will fall into a boundless stillness, where there is no I, no world. There is only pure knowing, formless, nameless, unborn and undying. This is the destination of the journey. Not a place to reach, but a truth to return to. Living in I am, a journey of transformation every moment. I am meditation is not a ritual you do for 30 minutes a day and then return to your daily ignorance. It is a continuous flow, a slow but steady flame that permeates every breath. Nisargadatta Maharaj once said, "Keep the feeling of I am like a seed in your heart. Let it take root, sprout, and it will become a forest of stillness." 1. Awareness is breathing, an inseparable dissolution. When you first start, you may see I am as a point of focus, requiring effort to return to. But when you practice deeply enough, it will become a natural, unchanging foundation, like the heartbeat you don't need to maintain intentionally, but it is still there. When you drink tea, there is no one drinking it, there is no tea. 2. Observe rather than interfere, the power of stillness. In life, mental waves will always arise: anger, anxiety, fear. The unpracticed person will often get caught up in them or try to suppress them. The person who lives in I am does neither. You simply step back and stand in the light of awareness, watching everything happen. You see the emotions flare up, but they cannot touch your stillness. Then the power of illusions will gradually dissipate, like the darkness automatically retreats when the sun rises. You do not need to fight them, you just need to be yourself, be the space for everything to happen. 3. Let go of the need to control, live like the natural river. One of the most profound transformations of I am meditation is that you let go of the need to control everything. The mind is always trying to shape, calculate, and ensure it will be okay in the future. But I am is beyond time, it has no need for the future, no fear of loss. When you live from this position, you do not become passive, but become the natural river, knowing when to bend with the flow, when to overcome the rapids. It is no longer you who are living, but life that is expressing itself through you. Every action becomes light, flowing, and full of wisdom. 4. When I am becomes the gateway, the death of illusion. Initially, I am is a fulcrum for you to escape the maze of thoughts. But when it is ripe, it opens a door to the infinite. You realize that even the feeling of I am is just a subtle wave on the ocean of knowing. When this wave dissipates, you fall into a luminous emptiness where there is no longer observer and observed. All that remains is formless presence. Nisargadatta describes this as the death of the ego, but in reality, it is only the death of illusion. The only thing lost is that which never really existed. 5. Impact on the world, the power of presence. When you live from I am, the outside world is no longer a battlefield, but a mirror reflecting the stillness within. Others will feel the peace within you without words. They see in you a silent light, something they have always been searching for but did not know the name of. This is how you help the world in the most natural way, through your pure presence. Beyond I am, the final step of true meditation. Most people who come to I am meditation stop at maintaining a subtle sense of presence. They abide in it, feel peaceful, feel open, and believe that this is the destination. But for Nisargadatta Maharaj, that is only the beginning of the path. He said, keep I am until it dissolves by itself. What remains when I am disappears, that is home. Why I am is not the end. I am is also a phenomenon, no matter how subtle, it is still within space-time. You can feel I am here as bright as the sun, but there is still someone who knows this. As long as there is the knower and the known, there is still duality. True I am meditation, according to Maharaj, is to cross this boundary where both the knower and the known dissolve, leaving only the absolute knowing. The final letting go. Once you are firmly established in I am, try to let go of holding on to it. No more clinging to the sense of presence, no more seeking clarity, no more trying to know. You let everything, including I am, fall freely into the formless void. At first, this feels like death, but it is the death of the illusory ego, not yours. What remains is the nameless infinite. You no longer say I am, because there is no I to say it. Experience non-discrimination. In this state, all boundaries dissolve. There is no more meditator and meditation. There is no more boundary between inside and outside. There is no longer a world as separate, everything dissolves into a single mirror of presence. Maharaj calls this going back before I was born. It is not a recollection of memories, but a return to the unborn, undying ground where time has never begun. What is I am meditation really? In short, I am meditation is not about creating a state, but about exposing yourself to the truth that is already there, until all the layers of falsehood fall away. You begin by realizing that you are. You continue by remaining in this awareness, no matter what happens. And you end by letting go of existence, completely merging into the infinite void. Then you see that there has never been a meditator, there has never been a meditation. There is only what is complete, infinite, without beginning, without end. Signs you are true meditation. You no longer expect results from meditation. You are not carried away by emotions or thoughts, but you do not reject them either. You feel a ground of stillness in the midst of all the turmoil. Gradually, I am is no longer an effort, it becomes your nature. Eventually, even I am disappears, leaving only pure knowing. Maharaj's message. You have always been that. I am is only a signpost. Don't pitch your tent by the signpost. Walk the whole path, and you will see that there was never a path. There is no one to be enlightened, what is already there. When you have let go of I am, a strange thing happens, you no longer find yourself. There is no center to cling to, no I standing here looking out at the world. Everything becomes nameless. 1. Truth does not belong to the seeker. Up to now, All your efforts have revolved around the story of I want enlightenment, I want peace, I want liberation. But when I am falls away, you will see clearly there is no one to be enlightened. There is no one to receive the prize called liberation. There is only egoless awareness, it belongs to no one. Maharaj once said, truth is never personal. As long as you are personal, you only know illusion. 2. When all opposites dissolve. In that absolute stillness, you no longer distinguish between inside and outside, between birth and death, between good and bad, between meditation and non-meditation. It is all just one movement of knowing. And you also realize you have never left this, not even for a moment. 3. Living from nothing. True. 4. There is no more Dharma to practice. At this point, the I am meditation also disappears. There is no more Dharma, no more technique, no more person sitting down to practice. Life is meditation. Every experience, including reading these words, occurs within the same nameless field of being. 5. Maharaj's last whisper. If you could listen, it might sound like this: all I teach is to take you out of yourself. Once you are here, where there is no you, no me, no teaching, no learning, you are home. Don't take anything with you, not even these words. Namaste.